That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Push him back. Push him back. 55.
To a fast pass outside complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down. That was a lightning fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A toss left, Henry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. 1st down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
The ball carrier
quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up
the last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tackled at the 20.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Watson, off play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Henry. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
At the Texans' 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, Tua. Short throw to Smith. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jarrell Casey able to record his 5th sack of the season. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? We're scoreless after 1.
Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LID. Watch a slap, watch a slap, watch a slap.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. A nice run there on 1st down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7.
34-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
He was brought down by
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Tennessee.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
48-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. So that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
On the pickup. Second and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And he rifles one incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28.
Marcus Robinson. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. If that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Tua. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now Watson. Screen play, Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Intercepted.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Smith catches left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 and a throw again. This complete to Henry over the middle. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd and short.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
It's a gain of
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. And that'll set them back 5. Looking to pass. Tua. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa to a hit, and the ball is out. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own. Yard line.
Covered by the Texans.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. the gun. Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Tua. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the black color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
The tackle
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught at the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. On first down, it's Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. It was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a gain of 11, and it'll move the chains.
First down, Tennessee.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
With the score, Texans 7, Titans 3.
Tua going to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Tua now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to go down again. Ross Blacklock, his 2nd sack of the night. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
At their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
And he'll be out of bounds right at up the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. That catch good for only a couple.
At the 10-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Derrick Henry. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy, sometimes having to hang out all day and play. Not exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Plays and out. It's 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's fielded at the 45. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, no, he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Watson. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Steps away to it, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Tagovailoa. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. Watson. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th.
Miami's Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Back to throw is Tua. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. Henry's got it out on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal